This podcast is sponsored by ScienceBasedLearning.com. Discover a passion-driven language learning system that combines ebooks, audiobooks, and videos with the science of spaced repetition. Maximize your learning and retention today at ScienceBasedLearning.com.
Mastering the subjunctive with antes de que in Spanish grammar. Learn when and why antes de que triggers the subjunctive mood in Spanish and avoid common mistakes with this detailed grammar lesson. Using the subjunctive mood with expressions like antes de que in Spanish. When learning Spanish, one of the challenging yet essential grammar points for English speakers is mastering the subjunctive mood. The subjunctive is often used to express doubt, desire, uncertainty, or subjective situations, which can differ from the straightforward indicative mood that English speakers are more accustomed to. One common trigger for the subjunctive in Spanish is the phrase antes de que, which means before. This prepositional expression introduces a clause that requires the subjunctive because it refers to actions or states that have not yet happened, essentially situations that are uncertain or pending. Why does antes de que require the subjunctive? In Spanish, when you talk about something that will happen before another event, the action in the subordinate clause hasn't happened yet, because the outcome is uncertain or simply future. Spanish uses the subjunctive to reflect this nuance. Consider the following example. Voy a salir antes de que llegue María. Here, llegue, from the verb llegar, is in the subjunctive. You haven't left yet, so the arrival of María is a future uncertain event. Termina tus tareas antes de que empiece la película. Empiece, from empezar, is subjunctive because the movie hasn't started. It's a potential future event. Other expressions that work like antes de que. Several similar expressions also require the subjunctive. These generally introduce clauses describing something that might happen or is anticipated but not yet realized. A menos que, unless. Para que, so that in order that. En caso de que, in case. Sin que, without. For instance, no voy a la playa a menos que tú vengas. Vengas is subjunctive because your coming is uncertain. Te lo hago para que puedas descansar. Here, puedas is subjunctive as the ability to rest depends on the action. Exceptions and important notes. While antes de que triggers the subjunctive, the related phrase antes de, without que, does not. This is a critical difference. Voy a salir antes de que llegue María. Subjunctive because of que. Salgo antes de las 6. Indicative because no subordinate clause follows, just a time expression. In fact, when the conjunction que is removed, the verb does not appear and no subjunctive is used. Expressions like antes de are followed by infinitives, not conjugated verbs. Terminaré el trabajo antes de salir. I will finish the work before leaving. This distinction applies to other conjunctions that require subjunctive when paired with que, but take the infinitive otherwise. Summary. When to use the subjunctive with antes de que. Use the subjunctive after antes de que because it introduces an action that is anticipated but hasn't happened yet. If the phrase antes de is used without que, use the infinitive or indicative, not the subjunctive. Similar subordinating conjunctions like a menos que and para que also trigger subjunctive usage. Mastering this rule will help you sound more natural and grammatically correct when expressing events and conditions in Spanish. Learn more at ScienceBasedLearning.com. Ready to improve your Spanish grammar and gain confidence with complex moods? Get your copy of our comprehensive guide and start practicing the subjunctive like a pro today. Visit ScienceBasedLearning.com and take your Spanish skills to the next level.